it, though, man. Let me ask you as a defensive player, Bart, because I've been the jump guy in those situations. I've been the jump guy in those situations in the 2 minute. And both on the offense and the defensive side have actually probably had more interceptions in my career in the NFL than you do in yours. But
disrespectful.
But what would you do in that situation from a defensive standpoint?
Well, the problem is defenders can't really track the ball. You saw that the other defender jumped too early, and you want to wait as a defender. You want to wait for the guy to come down. So you don't really want to jump with him. You want to put your arms through his arms, and as he comes down, you just snatch the ball out. But what happens is they jump too early, and they try to jump with him. Right, he high-pointed the ball because he can see the ball the whole time. The defenders are all looking back. They can't track the ball. Like receivers are great at tracking the ball because they're used to running down and looking up. So I guarantee you somebody could have lost in the lights. But when you look when they jump, you wait for him to come down. Instead of the guy jumping, he should have stayed planted. So when he comes down, you just snatch the ball.
Yeah, you can't jump backwards.
Right. See, and what happens is he took it back to his body. I mean, you got to have some strong hands to be able to get the ball back to your body.
But I don't even start there, though. That's not even it. I start at the point of attack.
We're pressing the hell out of him, too.
At the line of scrimmage.
We're pressing with people behind. I don't understand. I hate when they do that. You can't allow the guy to get down there because it's a timing play. You know that it's got to be a scramble. And if you're the edge setter, you never leave the edge. You stay there. You make him have to throw up and throw it from the well. You never, ever, get past quarterback depth. You don't try and go for the sack. You set the edge, and you wait knowing that he has to scramble because it's a 40-yard pass.
Yeah.
So he has to buy time to scramble outside the box. That was just horrible execution. And then now they're forever posterized. And then it's like crazy because now you got you got the Jordan logo on somebody's head, but they playing football, but you just got dunked on. It's bad execution.
I don't know what Sean McDermott, and I'm happy for D-Hop and I'm happy for Kyler Murray, but I don't understand what McDermott and Leslie Frazier were thinking.
We all familiar. We knew where the ball was going.
Absolutely.
Right. Larry Fitzgerald at his advanced age, it would have took him forever to get down.
Well, they had him at the point of attack.
Right.
They had him.
So I don't understand. You don't need linebackers because that intermediate defender doesn't matter. So why won't you go out there with six DBs and then vice like Bill Belichick used to do with Gonzalez? You put two people on as like a punt protection. He would have never got off the line because I would have put one person on each shoulder and I would have jammed the hell out of him with safeties over the top. Why do you have linebackers in there? You should have DBs and you should put an extra lineman. You always put a lineman to spy. I mean, a linebacker or DB to spy. So then when he breaks contain, you go and figure out which way that he's going. So he has to pull up. And that's just bad execution. It cost them, a win, and now they're going to be in a tight race in the AFC East, and they're going to have to deal potentially with a surging Miami Dolphins. And on the other side, now Kyler Murray, the Air Murray, now they're feeling good, and now they're in a legitimate race to win the division when we thought that Seattle was going to run away with it.
Indeed. Speaking of the AFC East, Bart just mentioned them a moment ago, exactly where Buffalo stands right now after that brain lock by head coach Sean McDermott and defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, as Key said. Our Twitter question this morning on the Dr. Pepper Twitter feed, simple. Who wins the AFC East? Pats, Dolphins? Be a part of Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin Nation on the Dr. Pepper Twitter feed. Those are the two obvious choices, Pats, Dolphins, and obviously we got to throw the Bills in there as well, right? ESPN Nation presented by Dr. Pepper. It's official. College football's back. So is your favorite Dr. Pepper loving college football town, Fansville. Head to a store near you to treat your inner college football fan to an ice cold 20-ounce Dr. Pepper today. Who wins the AFC East? Pats, Dolphins, Bills. Back to the NFC West. It's a log jam. You have three teams sitting at 6-3, as Bart mentioned, including the two that'll kick off Week 11 of the NFL season tomorrow night. Seattle, with all due respect to the Kansas City fans, tremendous home field advantage, the home of the 12th man. No fans there tomorrow night, but there will be precipitation. Surprise, surprise. 60% chance of rain. Key. Arizona going into Seattle off the win over the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football a couple weeks ago in overtime. If Kyler Murray wins this game for the first, 4 or 5 weeks of the season, everybody said Russell Wilson MVP. It's overdue. Yeah. Kyler creeping into the conversation. He had his quote-unquote moment on Sunday. If they go there, win, sweep the season series, and are in outright first place first thing Friday morning, how different are we looking at Kyler Murray?
Well, when you do these MVP conversations with young guys, or even older guys for that matter, there's always, during the course of the season, there's a signature moment, a big game that stands out for you. His momentum is carrying from the debacle of the Buffalo Bills loss to the Arizona win in the Kyler Murray throw to DeAndre Hopkins. He carries that into Seattle. If he gets out of Seattle with a W, that's 3 wins in the last 3 games, 2 in Seattle, 1 in Arizona against the Seahawks. They will now become this team that people start to say, oh, okay. All they got to do is beat up on the Rams a little bit. They may be the team in the NFC West to start taking over that division. These are moments that kick a guy up a couple notches. If he loses, forget it. If he wins, now you start to look at it and go, okay, we understand Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers is there, but this guy is doing something magical and special that's catching our attention.
I just don't think that he can win it. It's like one of those things. You know how it is, even with the Pro Bowl. We have players that are deserving of the Pro Bowl, but the fans.
But his numbers though are good.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, you know how it is. The fans make you do it twice in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So even though they go there, sometimes MVP can be a lifetime achievement award, right? And it's all about carrying their momentum. Now he has momentum, but you have Aaron Rodgers, you have Russell Wilson. If he can turn this thing around and win it, then he puts himself.
Russell he probably toasted.
But you understand, we all know that everything happens in NFL November, December. It's not about what you do in the first couple of months. Anybody can get to a fast start. So head to head, if he looks better and carries his team, because I think that Arizona has a more complete team. Right, because Seattle might have the worst defense. How Ken Norton even is still employed and survive past the bye week is amazing to me, because it is hard to be this damn bad in defense. They're giving up almost 400 yards a game, Key. 400 yards. You talk about a team that has Dunlap, has Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams, and Griffin. Those should be enough to not make you the worst in the league. Arguably, this might be the worst defense I've ever seen. When you have an offense this good and you're going to be playing with a lead, you should be able to kind of not just be horrible. Now, I remember Peyton Manning used to have some of the worst defenses ever, but man, they knew how to play when they had an offense and a lead. The games in which Seattle loses, they be having 34 points on the board.
But Peyton had a bend don't break defense.
But then bend don't break. They got a broken defense.
Last word, Pete Carroll, 69 years old, made his chops in the NFL on defense. So the fact that his defense is playing this terribly is notable. The one name we didn't mention that we should in the last 15 seconds, Cliff Kingsbury, 35-40 in college. People were wondering why he got an NFL head coaching opportunity. Yeah. He was the offensive coordinator at USC slightly longer than Bill Belichick coached the Jets.
We signed him. We didn't use him.
But people said, what is this guy doing in the pros? Couldn't win with Patrick Mahomes in college. Can't field the defense. It's the Big 12. He hasn't finished the job. But